All right, Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And I just got an article pulled up here from Fox News. All right, and it says Putin, which would be considered the president of Russia, challenges Biden to chat with him in a live conversation. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin challenged President Biden to an on-air conversation to discuss Biden's latest warning that Putin would pay a price following a report containing evidence of attempted Russian interference in the 2020 election. All right, so basically Putin here is he's calling the bluff of America, and this just shows you that this kingdom, Esau's kingdom over here in America, Babylon the Great, as prophesied, is losing, losing its grip over the earth, man, because of what the Most High is taking this man out of power. Apostle Tahar just did a lesson how the Lord puts down one and sets up another. And I believe that's in the book of Psalms, the 75th chapter, man. So every kingdom comes to an end. The Lord deals with every kingdom at the end, man. Because what does it say? It says the Most High is a ruler in the kingdom of men, roughly paraphrasing. All right, but this just shows you that you Edomites here in America, Babylon the Great, you're about to get taken down, man, because these other nations are getting tired of you, man. All right, and basically he said, all right, come. Basically, what Putin said is, come talk that shit on this in this meeting, in this live conversation, man. So it says, I've just thought of this now, Putin told a reporter in Moscow Thursday. I want to invite President Biden to continue our discussion, but on the condition that we do it actually live, but with no delays, directly in an open, direct discussion. Russia warns Biden, calling Putin killer, put U.S. relations under the threat of collapse. You see, because now what? These nations are seeing that America's becoming weak. All right, so what? They're gonna take up a taunting proverb, as the scripture said. Let's see here, let's get it real quick. Taunting. Move this up real quick. This is Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold his soul. Let's talk about the Edomites, nation of Edom, the men that descend from Esau. Habakkuk 2 and 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So you can go into this word upright real quick. Yashar. It says pleasing, be agreeable, be right, upright, just, lawful, smooth, to be esteemed, level-headed. And that is what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, isn't. That is what Jacob is. Jacob is an upright man, okay? Smooth, all those things. Level-headed, righteous, just. All right? The elect of our people, that is. The 2/3 of our people are of their father, the devil, so they have tendencies. The spirit in them isn't upright. All right? But it says, verse 5, yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. This is why Esau, Edom, has garrisons all over the earth. He has embassies all over the earth. He has ships and military, aircraft carriers in all oceans. All right. He's actually he's spread out away from America, man. You see? And then he has a backup here in America called the National Guard. You see? This is talking about this man, Esau, Edom, in these last days, this biblical, all right, the biblical Edomites rulership in the end, which we're currently living in, man, which is known as America, Babylon the Great. It says, neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. That's America, man, which is why, which is why they call America the melting pot, because it is home to tons of nations, man, including us, the Israelites, man. You see? Verse 6 is the point. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? You see, because what? Eventually these other nations, they're getting in that spirit to come against America, which is why they're culminating together. And that's prophecy. You can read about that in the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. All right, where it talks about Gog and Magog. You see? And also it tells you in that scripture, Gog and Magog, that land where that landmass is where Russia is currently, all right, situated in today. All right. So it's talking about the Russians. It also talks about the Russians in the book of Revelation as well. So the Russians are going to be used, and they're not a part of the EU. All right, they're not a part of NATO. Okay. So they're going to be used by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, to gather other nations to come against America. And it says they shall think an evil thought. And this is why Putin, all right, if I can pull it up again. This is why Putin is calling the bluff of America, man. All right, this is the world stage of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Also, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai tells you in Proverbs controls the minds of the kings. So Habakkuk 2:8, it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, it's talking about America, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. Woe, which means destruction, to him that coveteth and evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high. This is the so-called white man. All right, he has set himself on high here in America, Babylon the Great. They have been living deliciously. They have been taking advantage of Jake. They have been taking advantage of the other nations. And now your judgment is right around the corner. All right, I'm going to get Ezekiel. I'm going to get, I believe it's Isaiah 33. Habakkuk 2:8, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwell therein. It says destruction to him that coveteth. That word woe means destruction. To him that coveteth and evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. You see? Verse 10, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people. That's why you've had situations where America would go into the so-called Middle East and just do a lot of bombing, man. I think during Barack Obama's presidency, hundreds of thousands of Iranians, Pakistanis, basically Elamites, all right, were killed, and you had a lot of Ishmaelites have been killed. All right, so this man has cut off many people, and ultimately he has cut off the nation of Israel, because coming over here, millions of Israelites died. All right, so you see, you Edomites you don't understand how much bloodshed you have committed over the years, man, and how you're going to pay for these things, man. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. It's going to be a so-called, because the Lord said his judgment's like a ring. That's the saying, what goes around comes around. Galatians the 6th chapter and the 7th verse, man. You see, everything that's so-called spiritual in this world, it actually goes back to being, that's righteous, of course, goes back to something in the scriptures that the Lord said, man. You see? Habakkuk 2:10, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. You see? Let's go to Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33:1. It says, woe, that word woe again, destruction, to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they, the other nations, all right, the people that you fucked over, the Israelites, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So you Edomites are about to face lots of judgment in these coming days, man. All right, we're living in a time of the beginning of Jacob's kingdom, which is why you see us out on the highways and byways teaching the word, waking up, All right, fighting the good fight of faith as far as coming back to our culture. All right, so that it may bring us mercy, while at the same time you see your kingdom crumbling, man. Like you throw a cookie into a glass of water, man, and the shit just dissolves, man. This is what's taking place to your kingdom. All right, and what did the Apostle Tahar said that the Lord during the time, I believe it's in the Old Testament, all right, the nation that we were under, all right, said he would take them down little by little, and that's what you see in this place. All right, before what? Before ultimately this place gets nuked off of the map, like the scripture said it would, man. All right. So Isaiah 33:1, it says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." And that's what's going to take place. These other nations are going to come forth against you, man. All right, it tells you in Joel the 3rd chapter that they're going to beat their plowshares into swords. All right, why? Because they're going to say that they are strong now because you've thought that these other nations are weak. All right, but them getting together, all right, in a great mass, like I'm gonna get it. All right, you think that's not going to be capable of beating you, and then the prophecy says otherwise, man. All right, this is Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38:2, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog." The land of Magog, where currently in this time, this prophecy is talking about whoever's in the land of Magog in this time we're in now. Who is that? Russia. Ezekiel 38:2, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord, power Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands," which is what it goes back to the Turkish people, "the house of Torgama of the north quarters, and all of his bands and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." So what? This is what we're seeing. This prophecy is about to take place, man. The Lord is controlling the minds of the kings. It tells you that in Proverbs, the 21st chapter, man. See? So whatever king, ruler, prince on earth, the Most High controls the mind of him and moves him as he wills. All right, and Putin here is being moved. He wants to have a discussion. He's calling him on his shit for what his statements, man. All right, he wants to get on a live broadcast, and they want to have a discussion because this man is offended at what he said. But that's prophecy. This is Ezekiel 38. Because the Lord is putting that spirit in him. He's putting hooks into his jaw. Ezekiel 38 and 10. I'm going to skip down to 10. Because before that, all this goes into him coming with the great military might. All right, him banded together with the other nations coming over here, all right, to America, man. Ezekiel 38. As well as other troops are going to come here. It's going to be all, because America's going to be a spoil, as it said in Isaiah the 33rd chapter, man. It's going to be for booties unto the other nations. All right, and to all the people that Esau has afflicted. Esau, this is Ezekiel 38 and, let's see here, and 10. "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind." Because what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to put these things into his mind. "And thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates." What are they going to come here and do? To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations. We just read about that earlier, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. What did it say? He heapeth unto himself all people and all tongues and nations. So this is this kingdom that Gog and Magog, the Russians, all right, are going to come into to take a spoil. It's going to be America. You see? That's the prophecy, man. It says, let's see if I can get some more. Yeah, that's basically it. So look, man, that was just something quick, man. These prophecies are going forth, man. The Lord is not a liar. All the prophecies are gonna come back, all right, as it's supposed to. This is Isaiah 55. Let's get it real quick. All these things written, all these visions seen by all these prophets, all right, are coming to pass, man. It's Ezekiel. Actually, I think it was Isaiah 55. Isaiah 55 and 10. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right, so these visions, all right, that the prophets have seen, they are of the Most High's word, and the Lord said His word is not going to come back and return void. All right, just like it said in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and the 68th verse, how we would go into ships. That's the Most High's word, and it happened. This is why we're over here. So the destruction and the chaos and the judgment rendered unto our enemy that is to come, that is written and spoken of, all right, and it consisted of devastation and desolation. All right, that is soon to come, man. All right, so we're seeing things heating up. The rumors of war spoken of in Matthew's the 24th chapter that are gonna eventually turn into full-on war. All right, and eventually thermonuclear destructive war. All right, and it's a token of our Lord's coming and the end of our captivity. All right. So Lord willing us edifying, just something quick. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Citations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing His word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Shalom and Abba Babal.